What is the deal with Japan on Football Manager? Now, the J-League is not licensed in the game, of course. Now, we know how to sort out the club names, and we know how to get the senior national squad together, but you might notice all of these players here, they're based outside Japan. So if we look up a J-League-based star like Miki Yamane, we get nothing. And even if we look up a foreign player in the J-League, like Andres Iniesta, who's still active there, nothing. We just get this stadium that's been named after him. And even with the real club names, you click on a club, and there's no club overview screen. What's that about? So in short, there are very deep licensing restrictions about the use of J-League teams and J-League players in the game. Now, of course, you can head over to Steam and look up a J-League pack. And there are some available, but these will just add the competitions and not the players. So we need to dig a little deeper than just a simple add-on file for this one. Luckily, the Football Manager modding community is a strong one, and we can head over to the Editor's Hideaway on the official forums for this one. So we need to go to this thread by user Robbles Quinn. The link is down in the description. And we will find here a comprehensive set of files to give us that full Japanese J-League experience. So if we scroll down to the bottom of the post here, we can see there's a couple of different files that we need to look at. And as we can see here in this FAQ, one of these files is going to add in players and staff, 9,000 entries to the database, and the leagues all the way down to the youth and the regional amateur structure. We've got referees, all sorts of stuff in here. So you just download directly from here. So the J-League files, the players and staff. The referees, I guess, if you want that extra touch of realism, you would go for it. Now, we're just going to focus on getting the competitions and the players in today. If you do scroll back up on this post, you'll see here there's a link to the creators Discord where you can get access to things like kits and club logos and so on. But as I said, we just want to focus on getting those competitions and that player database sorted today. So we've got the 3 files downloaded here. So what we're going to do, as ever, we just want to cut these or copy paste them, whatever you prefer, and go to documents. We need to go to Sports Interactive, Football Manager 2023, and editor data. So we're just going to drop those files in there. And then it's back to Football Manager itself, where we're going to add these into the game. So obviously we're going to start a new game. We'll go into career mode, and then we want to come to this advanced setup, which, you know, it will always take you to if you've got files in your editor data folder. So we can see they're all selected. I'm not going to add anything else in with this. You do have to be careful if you do use other downloaded files. Make sure that there's no clash. Always test things out rather than just load it up and have your game crash after a season or two. So now when we come into advanced setup, we should see Japan is selectable from the list of playable nations. As with the 98-99 database we looked at recently, when there's lots of changes, it can take a bit of time to do this initial setup, longer than usual. All right, there we go. That took almost 2 minutes for me, but maybe it'll be quicker for you. But as we can see now, Japan is there. It's selectable. It's playable. I'm not going to load any other leagues for now. We just want to look at Japan. Now, you see here, this is normally where we can choose which leagues we want, but it's only given us the option for National Prefecture League and above. And that is a word of warning that I picked up from the creator Robbles. If you try to remove leagues after the game's started, it will mess things up. So don't do it. And we see here we've got a choice of January or February start dates. Again, I think if you're using this mod, because of the number of changes that come in, you probably want to choose a Japan start date, even if you're not going to start your career in Japan. And again, due to all the changes made, the setting up of the game database might take a little bit longer than you're used to. Right, so just to let you know, I've been sitting here for about 8 minutes so far. The bar there was stuck on about 20% of the way across for several minutes, so don't worry if that happens to you. It'll get there eventually. All right, so here we go. Finally, now we can add our manager in. And you see here it's given us the J1 League, so we've got all the teams here that we can choose from. We can also go down. We've got J2, J3 League, we've got the JFL, we've got all these regional leagues and these prefectural leagues, so it really does go a long way down the Japanese pyramid system. Right, so I'm going to put myself in charge of Vissel Kobe. All right, so here we go. We're managing a team in Japan. We've got all the club information up. And if we take a look at our squad here, let's see, do we have Mr. Iniesta? Indeed, we do. There he is. Andres Iniesta. Back in the game. And Bojan? I didn't know Bojan had gone to Japan. Well, I guess now we do. So yeah, this is the Bojan who's been all the big clubs in Europe and Stoke as well. And now he's wound up in Japan. So let's try again. Miki Yamane, do we have him available now? Yes, we do. There he is. And those of you who watched my World Cup videos back when I was doing the bottom-up challenge, which, you know, I've still get to. Japan's the next country, you know. Thomas Deng was someone who I couldn't pick for the Australian national team because he wasn't in the game, and here he is. And as well as those divisions, we've got all the cups as well. Of course, the Emperor's Cup. We've got this J-League Copa Sudamerica Super Cup, which would be a great competition to take part in. All sorts of cups going on. So, okay, we've got the leagues in, we've got all the players in from the database, but there is still one issue. Now, I'm in charge of Vissel Kobe here, and if we come and click on this tab here, which is normally the club info, you see, it just takes me to the squad page. And as we look up and down the J1 League, we can pick any team here, the Kashima Antlers. It's the same thing. When we click on the team, it just takes us to the squad page. It does not show us that club overview. Why? Well, it doesn't matter why. The more important question is, can we fix it? And as I used to say on Bob the Builder, yes, we can. But this is one where we're going to have to dig around a little bit, go into those installation folders again. So make sure you're paying attention. And don't forget hitting that subscribe button, leaving a like on this video. Helps you focus more. So we're going to have to come to the FM Scout website for this. Come to their skins page, specifically their Football Manager 2023 skins page. And we're just going to scroll down past this weird kind of caricature of Zealand here. And here we've got Japanese Club Overview Unlock. So obviously we're going to click on that and we get the download now button. There are some instructions here about how to install it. You can pause the video if you want and see them there. I'm going to talk you through it though if you're more of a visual person. Alright, so once the download's complete, you'll find this file, skinsfm23.zip. So obviously we're going to extract that. I've already done it, and we've got this folder here, skinsfm23, and inside there's a single file called skins.fmf. Alright, so this is where it gets complicated. We're going to have to come into the program files and find, again, as usual, Steam. If you've watched my other guides, you've been here before. Steam Apps, Common, and this is where we will find that Football Manager 2023 installation file. Of course, if you've installed through Epic Games or you've downloaded the PC version from Xbox Game Pass, you're going to have a slightly different place to go to, but I'll leave you to sort that out yourself. Anyway, next step, data and then game. Now, if we scroll down here, we're going to see there is already a file called skins.fmf. So what we're going to do is we're going to remove this file and we're going to put the one that we've just downloaded in. However, I would say this is important. You have to back this file up just in case anything goes wrong. So I'm going to cut that. So I'm going to remove it from the folder and I'm going to take it to documents. Now, if you watched my guide to how to install the 9899 database, you'll have seen there that I then made an FM backup folder. So I'm just going to paste this in there for now. That's the original file. Just in case anything goes wrong, we can just pop that one back. Okay, so now back to the downloads folder. So this new skins FMF that we've downloaded, I'm just going to cut that one out, and then I'm still in that same location. So remember, digging into program files, going to Steam, Steam Apps, and all of that, Football Manager 2023 data game, and I'm going to paste this one into here. Okay, that's done. Now, hopefully, when we load the game up again, we're going to have everything fixed. It gets complicated, doesn't it, getting these games set up the way you want them. Okay, so the game started. We want to come to preferences before we do anything else. And again, you've been here before, so we come make sure we're on that interface, and we're going to scroll down here. Reset. We want to click on this. Reset and clear cache. That's important. We've got to make sure that we've done that. Then the skin setting. This one, I'd leave mine like this permanently, but just make sure that this option, use caching to decrease page loading times, is deselected, unticked, and this one, reload skin when confirming changes, is ticked, and then we can reload the skin. We just have to wait a second for that to work. All right, so now we'll load up the game that we created earlier. Now, it does say back on the FM Scout page that this might not work with every single skin out there. The skin I use is just a small variation. It's a Jimbo skin. It's just a small variation on the original skin, so it should be fine with that. All right, now, when you click on Club Info, it does still take you to the squad page, but up here, you'll see this that wasn't here before, Profile. And there we go. We've got it. We found it. Okay, so there's still a couple of extra steps, but we have got this screen that was not here before. Okay, so let's go and look at a club that I'm not managing. So again, when we click on them, it takes us to this page. But if we come down to overview, and there we got the profile. So now we can get that screen that wasn't there before. And the same goes for the Japan national team. We see we've got everything available here. Some of these were hidden before. The full staff list is now available. So there you go. That's how we can get all the Japanese leagues in the game, but also all the J-League registered players, and get the Japanese club overview screen viewable in the game again. So please drop a like and consider subscribing if that's helped you out. All the links for the download files are in the description. And if you want to find out how to get rid of all the grayed out players in the Japanese national team and manage it in full, click on this video here.